Sideline Crowd Moments. I'm still here with Hal Kercheval, who we just got done doing an interview, but he's sticking around, talk a little bit about the Grand Junction Rockies. One of his favorite moments from his time as a baseball fan. This was not your first choice, though, because you picked the same exact game that my brother did that I just barely did for the second episode of Moments.
That's okay. You know, if you're going to talk to two Rockies fans, I think there's a good chance that comes up twice. So
Hey, you're going to get Todd Helton arms in the air.
Yeah. But this is a good moment for sure. This is definitely a good moment.
Yeah, and this ends up being our third string pick because we tried to get your very first time in a broadcast booth against the Ogden Raptors, but it turns out the Raptors don't do footage of games.
It's been rough.
So
that's okay, but this is good. I'd rather look at Saplesio Field anyways. So no shade at the Dodgers and Ogden, just GJ.
Yeah. So we're here. This is the home opener for the Grand Junction Rockies in 2019.
That's right.
Going up against Toasty himself.
Toasty and the vibes. That's right. Yeah. No, first time calling a game at Saplesio Field. So obviously, definitely some nerves there. But I think there are a lot of really cool moments from this game. I mean, you've got Eddie Diaz is about to hit, right? So he's up there. Yeah. I think he ends up a home run away from the cycle, which is pretty crazy. But he, gosh, man, I had to go back into the box score to this game and see what all happened, because obviously that was a while ago. And in the same game, Mitchell Kilkenny, the Rockies' second-round pick from 2018, he missed the whole year in 2018 due to Tommy John. So this is his pro debut on the mound in this game. He goes an inning scoreless, walks a guy, gets a strikeout. That was awesome. It was great to see Mitchell out there. Super fun guy, really just a friendly soul and a dude you love talking to. And then on the offensive side, you've got Owen Taylor. Owen Taylor's the GJ guy, graduate of Grand Junction High School. He went and played at Kansas and then got signed late in the spring of 2019 by the Rockies as a free agent, got assigned to Grand Junction, and hit the first home run at Saplesio Field that year. So just a great game altogether from a baseball perspective, or from a Rockies perspective. They did end up losing the game 7-5, but having it be my first game at Saplesio Field was awesome. Getting to work with Colorado Mesa TV, they do such an awesome job, and it was obviously nerve-wracking, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I was freaking out for the first inning. But once you get past that, it was so much fun. And I mean, just look at that! What a beautiful day for baseball. It's tough to beat baseball in Grand Junction in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and so we're here in top of the first. This is the first pitch
really
for the Grand Junction Rockies here, to the Grand Junction Rockies here in the top of the or bottom of the first. No, it's graphics are off.
Hey, don't point that out. Come on.
They haven't swapped it to the bottom of the first yet.
Don't fix it. Just wait.
I have been running the graphics for the Owls last season. That happened to me plenty of times.
It happens. This is game one. Yeah, everyone's working the rust off. So.
All right, so we got Eddie Diaz, if it'll start playing. So Eddie Diaz, what do you remember about Eddie Diaz? A little speedster.
Yeah, there are a few guys on the Rockies last year that were more fun to watch than Eddie Diaz. The dude was a stolen base waiting to happen, and you can already see the speed. I mean, look at this. The dude hasn't hit a home run in his professional career, and he just got about 3 feet away from doing so on the first pitch of the home opener. But when you've got his speed, you turn it into a triple, and all works out. But, man, that dude, he was so much fun. He was electric. He's one of your grandpa's favorite players because he's always bunting and stealing and hustling. Mm-hmm. But just an electric ball player that was so fun to watch. And I think one of the biggest things I remember is that he finished one stolen base away from leading the league in that category, despite playing 20 less games than the guy who ended up leading the league. So I'm trying to remember who it was. It was someone on the Vibes, but they ended up with 23 stolen bases, and Diaz had 22 in 20 less games. So who knows what could have happened if Eddie had played a full season, but man, that deal was fun to watch.
Yeah, and kind of that, I wanted to break down, what were you kind of feeling Obviously, if you watch this clip, you hear the call. But what was your kind of reaction of seeing just immediately the first thing one of the Rockies does in their first at bat at home, just 3 feet shy of a homer?
Yeah, I was thrilled. I thought we were going to have it. I was like, you're telling me Eddie's going to have his first pro home run here on the first pitch? I was waiting for it. I don't think I was quite ready for a home run call yet. I was waiting for a few more innings to get into that. But, man, I was excited. I was really excited. And like I said, there were a lot of nerves as well. I just remember setting up the press box and just being like, I can't believe I'm going to do this. And the same goes for the first game of the season in Ogden, where it was – fortunately, there's a lot less work to do when you're the visiting broadcaster. You don't have to worry about local media or anything like that. You're just sort of there to call the game. And when you're in GJ, I'm responsible for a whole host of things. So it was definitely some nerves. But, gosh, It was just – I couldn't believe I was sitting there in the Simplesio Field press box about to call a professional game for the Rockies. Like, I couldn't have been more excited. So,
yeah, definitely. And looks like if I knew where Owen Taylor's home run was, I'd skip to that. But
let me see here. Maybe I can.
I know it's in like the 7th inning, but
yeah, I think 7th inning. Yeah, off of Shanuel with 2 outs. So if you're lucky to click the right spot, then we're lucky. But I should have told you beforehand. But it's always a finicky website. You always try to click ahead, and you end up not
just get a black screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you mentioned Mitchell Kilkenny's pitching right now.
There he is. Yeah. No, Kilkenny's got just great stuff. I mean, he was topping out, I think, around in the first game of the year. I don't think he was going harder than 90, 91, just sort of easing back into it. But once he got into the middle of the season, I mean, he was getting up to 93, 94, great breaking ball. And just, I mean, you can just look at him and you can tell he's a dude, he's definitely a top 5-round pick. Like he's got the moxie. He's coming from the SEC, so the dude just has all this baseball pedigree. But I remember I think it was actually this game, the home opener. I was walking out. He was finishing his stretches or whatever, and I was walking out to the press box, and I think I had made a joke and been like, so how does Simplesio Field compare to Texas A&M in the SEC? I was like, this must feel like you're playing in a local park or something. Like he was like, no, this is great. Like I'm so glad to be here, and this is awesome. So no, he was such a fun dude. I remember he has like a little cat clock in his locker. Kind of a quirky dude, but like aren't all pitchers kind of quirky? I mean, it's just sort of how they are, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, Kilkenny, I think that there's his only blemish right there, a walk. But other than that, I mean, he only pitched 1 inning. And that's one of the toughest things about being at the rookie level is these guys that are the top prospects and they're rehabbing or, they're just getting their first taste. And you want to see the guy go as many innings as he can and throw 95 pitches. But no, you're maxing him out at like 20. You're just getting him an inning of work. And then it's, next man up from there.
Yeah. But definitely I can imagine that moment of being there at the field and being able to kind of let that sink in of, no, this is what I'm doing for a job, for a team that I care about as a fan before getting the job.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I have so many fond memories of Simplesio Field. My whole dad's side of the family, he's the youngest of 5. They grew up in Grand Junction. So I've been coming to Grand Junction to visit family, since I was 2 or 3 years old. So I remember coming out here and watching JUCO games with my grandfather and watching Rockies games with my family. And I remember getting Brendan Rodgers' autograph when I went out there and whatever year he was there, maybe 2014, 2013. I can't quite remember. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. But I remember it's one of those things. Those guys are walking through the concourse to get to the clubhouse. And so if you can recognize them, I mean, you're just standing next to them. You can just be like, hey, can I get an autograph? And I remember here comes Brendan Rodgers, and I thought people would have been going nuts over him, but no one seemed to recognize him, and I was just like, oh, hey, like, yeah, number 3 overall pick, you want to sign the ball? Like, he couldn't have been friendlier and was super, super nice, but I have so many fond memories of going to that stadium and to get to work there and to be, working for the Rockies nonetheless. Like I said, a dream come true. I couldn't have painted it any better.
Yeah, and definitely a fantastic moment, a unique moment that most people don't have, as fans and whatnot. Yeah. So be able to be an active participant in this moment, I'm sure it's going to go down in history as, for you, probably is a great great memory forever.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The whole season was an incredible memory. I mean, again, I would talk to people in the middle of the season and they'd be like, "Wow, you getting tired? Like 50 some games in a row, whatever." I'm like, "No, I'm having a blast. I'm having the time of my life. I'm getting paid to watch baseball and talk about baseball. Like this is exactly what I want to be doing." And at the end of the year, I mean, you're to be sitting there and be like, I'm ready for another 70 games, was so reassuring to be like, all right, you picked the right thing. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You didn't get sick of it. You made the right call. So it was so much fun. Just an awesome season. And like you said, so many great memories, especially this game, being able to call that first game at Simplesio. So awesome.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle. I love this moment. Fantastic. Just the event to experience, I'm sure. So that'll do it here on this episode of Moments. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it.